Hello everybody, this is Ron and I'm in the shop. Today I'm going to prepare a board to make a printed circuit board, working on a voice siren. Bought several of these, about $2 a piece. Problem is they're just not real easy to hook up to anything. You gotta put pins on it, do stuff. I want to use it on an alarm panel or something. I need some terminal strips. I need to just be able to hook it up to power. So I built the board, and you can see some of the different variations. This one's one that's already got the etch resist on, but it hasn't been etched. This one's been etched and is completed. It actually has the holes in it. Oops, didn't want to do that. Anyway, here's an actual working version. And this voice siren, it's got the amplifier on it, and you can record anything you want. In this case, I've just used it kind of as a standard alarm. And there's some jumpers on here. Don't know if you can see the jumpers on here. By setting the jumpers, it'll either just run whenever the power's applied, or you can use it by pushing the buttons. And that's good for when you're making certain changes. But it actually works, and here I'll give you a little short example.
You're under video surveillance. The police have been called. Leave immediately.
Again, you can record it whatever you want. You can go get a shotgun and clack a shell in it and say, you just messed up. Whatever you want it to say when your alarm goes off. But the real thing is that, you can get them from me, or you can print your own. I have cleaned this board, and just to give some ideas on how to print your board and to help those that are trying to make their own printed circuit boards, I've sanded this thing down, cleaned it with rubbing alcohol, 91%, and then I cleaned it with acetone fingernail polish remover. The more pure acetone is, the better it works. And just leave a slight film after I've scrubbed it off. They're just a slightly damp, but let that dry because you're going to be putting a hot iron on it. Acetone's flammable, so you don't want a bunch of it on there and you stick a hot iron on there and have a flare up. Again, I even take a real light paper towel and clean with the rubbing alcohol. Do not use acetone on your printout. Now, I've printed this from where I've already made it on my computer, and I've tried, and I've watched a number of videos on YouTube. I've tried the magazine pages. That didn't work so good. I've used a number of different types of paper, and had fairly good luck with the glossy photograph type printer paper. Of course, printing this with a laser printer. What I'm having the best results with is this yellow transfer paper. On eBay, I bought like 20 sheets for a little over $5. It's not really expensive, a little more expensive than standard paper, but standard paper just won't print. Supposedly you can just pull this off after you've transferred it, but I haven't had good luck with that, so I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. But again, the main secret to this is getting the transfer paper. You'll have much better luck, a lot less failures. Just get the transfer paper and use that. And always use a real good clean board. Now I'm going to kind of hold this in place and take my iron and start to iron it. And it moved a little on me, so it's not going to be perfect, but that's alright, we'll get there. Once you put the iron on it, the paper tries to stay in place pretty good. It's just getting that first initial start, and you got to be careful or it will move and it'll mess everything up. Hopefully this will come out good. You press down, make sure you got your iron good and hot, like on cottons. Have something under you because the surface, it's going to be really hot. Make sure that the surface can handle it. Just iron it on, and again, I'm going to do this a little quick just so that the video doesn't get too long. I have found the best results. Just about burn the paper, start looking kind of brown, and it's probably on there pretty good. Instructions, and a lot of people I've seen say you can just peel it off. Now that should be pretty much ironed on there. It might have Should have gotten a little more pressure, but it should be good. I'll do a little more here and kind of wiggle back and forth. Make sure you've gotten it good and hot and lots of pressure. At this point, I'll put my iron down and I'm going to unplug it. Now this thing's a little too hot to touch, so I'm going to let it cool off for a little bit. Again, my page kind of moved a little bit when I first put it on there. I really wanted it a little further, but it's okay. I mean, the main thing is that you can see it. Again, using this little module, what I'm doing is I put the components on here, which is an LM386 amplifier, a LM78 L05 5-volt regulator, because the voice board requires 5 volts, and then I'm soldering the positive and red. I'm actually making a positive negative on the back of the board. It's actually labeled here 5 volts and negative, and I put the leads there that I solder onto it. And then when I get done, I just simply mount this board. See, my speaker output's over on this side, so I just take some double-sided stick on tape and mount that on there and solder my power wire and my speaker output. I run that, solder a resistor onto the strip here, and it makes for a real neat little board, and you can hear it's pretty loud. This has cooled off a little. I'm going to put some alcohol on there and rub it, and let's just see how it came out. So again, if you're trying to make your own circuit boards, even if it's not a siren, I hope this will help you out some. It's going to be hot. See the blisters? No, it's not quite that hot, but it is hot. The alcohol actually helps it to cool down. And the real secret is, and again, supposedly, and I've seen other people watch some other videos where supposedly they just rubbed it on and pulled it right off after it cooled off. I've tried that and haven't had very good luck. What I have had the best luck with is just rub it on real good, put the alcohol on it, rub that down real good so that everything's really had a chance to stick to the board. And I usually just go ahead and rub it so much that the paper is coming off, but I'm going to just do a little quicker today just to show you. If it comes out good, it comes out good. If it comes out bad, but you get the idea. And again, with just about anything you're going to do yourself, you need to just do it a couple of times and practice and figure out what works best for you. But again, the biggest secret is the laser printer that you use. Different ones have different quality print and don't do as well. The brother that I've used works pretty good. And make sure it's a good print, but use the toner transfer paper and do it that way. Now I've rubbed it on pretty good. Again, we'll see how well I've done. The other thing I found, when you peel it off, just kind of roll it back. Don't just yank it off. And didn't do too good, but again, I got in a bit of a hurry. That's actually enough. I can fix it with my pen. And you might use water instead of alcohol to soak that paper. It seems like the paper comes off a lot better when it's wet. Again, I tried it dry and it was just sticky and it kind of just didn't let it go. When I rub it down with alcohol, and well, here's an example of one, it came out real good. But again, with that, you can make a pretty neat little siren. Connect it straight to your alarm panel's voltage output, and when the alarm goes off, whatever you want it to say.
You're under video surveillance. The police have been called. Leave immediately.
And that is good and loud. It'll echo through the neighborhood. This is Ron, and I'm in the shop. Let me know what you think.